Hey there, quirky people! I'm your host, Anna, coming at you with Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse video. This film is arguably one of the best movies to have come out in 2023. Sony took 5 years to come up with the sequel, and boy have they delivered. I mean, writers Phil Lord, Christopher Miller, and Dave Callaham have really penned down a strong and tear-jerking Spider-Fest that's full of heart and action. They were totally able to elevate the story by collaborating with directors Joaquin Dos Santos, Kemp Powers, and Justin K. Thompson. Across the Spider-Verse was originally titled as Part 1, while Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse was titled as Across the Spider-Verse Part 2. So naturally, many fans expected it to end on a cliffhanger, similar to how Infinity War and Fast 10 ended. Across the Spider-Verse's ending really left us with multiple questions that will be answered in Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. But before that, let's take a deeper look at what really happened towards the end of Across the Spider-Verse. Spoiler warning if you haven't seen the film yet. Go watch it because it truly is a piece of art. If you liked Into the Spider-Verse, then you're going to love Across the Spider-Verse. And reaching its end, you'd wish for the film to just keep going because it leaves you at a point in its story where you don't want it to stop. You'd want to watch Beyond the Spider-Verse instantly after that. Now for those who have seen the film, let's talk spoilers. Battling all the Spider People at the Spider Society, Miles lured every web-slinger out of Miguel's lair. Then using his ability to become invisible, he made his way back to the lair. He programmed the send-home machine to send him back to Earth as well. And despite Miguel's interruptions, he was successful at that. Now this is where the real thriller story begins, as Miles wasn't sent to his home. So the first big question was, where did Miles go? The send-home machine is able to detect exactly where Spider-Man is from. So most of the viewers thought that he ended up on Earth 1610. He went to his home and revealed the truth about his secret identity to his mother. But then came the major revelation that Miles ended up on the wrong Earth. Instead of Earth 1610, Miles ends up on Earth 42. You see, Miguel revealed that he was the original anomaly. He wasn't supposed to become Spider-Man on his Earth, but he did because the radioactive spider that bit him was from Earth 42. He was transported to Earth 1610 by Dr. Jonathan Ohen, aka The Spot. So, the spider that was supposed to bite the Miles Morales on Earth 42 ended up biting the one from Earth 1610. As a result, the DNA of 1610's Miles was altered, and the send-home machine picked a signature of Earth 42 from him. Hence, he ended up on Earth 42 where no Spider-Man exists. So, things took place very differently over there. Instead of Aaron Davis turning into the Prowler, young Miles from Earth 42 turned into the villain, presumably after his father perished. He and his uncle Aaron kidnapped Miles 1610 and kept him captive. But we saw a tease of Miles 1610 trying to use his bioelectricity to escape the Prowler's captivity. And that's probably how he might break free. This is where the movie ends on Earth 42. Now in Beyond the Spider-Verse, we will get to witness a battle between Miles 42 and Miles 1610. With his newfound confidence after evading hundreds of Spider People, Miles 1610 is certainly expected to beat 42. But how he would escape Earth 42 is the real mystery. Maybe his battle with Miles 42 would begin to create another canon-erasing anomaly. That would lure Miguel and the Spider Society on Earth 42, which could be 1610's ticket out of this dimension. Meanwhile, on Earth 1610, a horde of antagonists arrive. Miguel, aka Spider-Man 2099, brought Ben Reilly and Jessica Drew's Spider People along with him on Earth 1610. Expecting that Miles would go on to save his father, Ben Reilly was assigned to wait for Miles at his home. But instead, he had an encounter with Spider-Gwen, who managed to grab his multiversal wrist device and send him back. After that, Jess figured out that Miles never made it to his home. So, she and Miguel are expected to go back and look for him in another dimension. But the spot that everyone needs to be worried about is the Spot. Going through multiple super colliders across the multiverse, the Spot has supercharged his abilities. Instead of more white skin, he has more multiversal portals on his body now. His very existence was the answer to multiversal travel. But now, he may have become a danger to the Spider-Verse because he has the power to create many anomalies at once. And Across the Spider-Verse ended with him gearing up to fight his arch-nemesis, Miles Morales on Earth 1610. But Miles is going to have some help as Spider-Gwen assembles a new team. After being kicked out of the Spider Society, Gwen was sent back to her Earth. Here she confronted her father and things finally became alright between them. Her father, Captain Stacy, was meant to die in the near future, but he decided to resign from his post as captain. So that allowed Gwen to realize that anomalies can be evaded. And Miles deserves an equal shot at saving his own father, who is about to die right after he takes his oath as captain. Luckily, Spider-Punk left a newly designed wristband for Gwen, which could not be detected by Miguel. So using that, she left for Earth 1610, where she defeated Ben. Then she figured that Miles didn't really make it home. So she promised his parents that she'd bring him back and left the scene. While the Spider Society and the Spot await the arrival of Miles, Gwen goes on to assemble her own new team of Spider people. She goes to Peter B. Parker's Earth and recruits him along with Mayday Parker. Hobby Brown, aka Spider-Punk, joins them along with the Indian Spider-Man, Pavitra Parker. All other Spider people from Into the Spider-Verse also return, as we see Spider-Man Noir return along with Spider-Ham and Penny Parker. And the final member of the squad is Spider-Bite, who allows Miles to escape from Miguel's lair. They all believe in Miles 1610's cause and will help him in Beyond the Spider-Verse. This is where Across the Spider-Verse ends, and surprisingly, there is no post-credits scene. But there's a massive Spider War headed our way, as Team Gwen will team up with Miles, and first, they will battle the Spider Society. Then after convincing Miguel to join them, the whole Spider Society might support Miles to take on the multiversal threat that is the Spot. Across the Spider-Verse was a beautiful movie. Now we expect Beyond the Spider-Verse to be even better. Okay, that's all for now. Click on those like and subscribe buttons if you enjoyed this video. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next one.